Greeting lecturers and hello everyone. So my name is Enek. So today I'm going to record a video that do the reflection of my teaching philosophy and how have it involved in my teaching career. So first and foremost, let me tell you about a bit about myself. So I am a teacher of English. So I work in education field about more than 4 years. So I used to take young learner student and also adult English students. So throughout this periods of time, I gained a lot of experience and it shaped my belief about language view, and also how language is important in study. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about my teaching philosophy that have changed throughout the time, and I also talk about how I view the language and also how I view myself as a teacher and how I plan to continue in this career. So to go to all those important points, actually I need to answer the question as well, that I have 4 questions to discuss today. So now let's go to the first question, that talking about how my teaching philosophy changed over the time. Yes, of course, my teaching philosophy have changed through the period of time that I am working as a teacher. So first time when I was a teacher, I see myself as someone who give more detail, explain. I talk a lot in class. I spend a lot of time talking and explaining lesson to the student. And I believe that language is only mastering about the grammar rule, memorizing vocabulary, and complete a written exercise. So I don't care about how students can apply those language in their real life or not. I normally use teacher centers to apply in my class. So normally I talk, students listen, and I want them to follow what I talk. So imagine you just go to class and you just keep on talking while you don't care about students understand about it or not, while you don't care about how students think about the lesson. And sometimes students also want to share something about the lesson, but you don't give a chance for them to share their idea, because me myself, I focus only on teacher center, that I spend a lot of time to talk and explain them. So I want them to understand about the root of the language. For example, if I want to teach grammar, I want them to know about the part of speak of it, the definitions, and also the structure, the form of it, and how it used and stuff. So I don't care whether that student mainly understand about the language or the lesson that I use, or how can they apply it if they mainly focus only all those stuff. But what I care is I want them to understand that, and step by step they understand, they know the structure and stuff, they can form it so they can complete my exercise very well. So what make me happy during that time is only I can see my student complete all my exercise on the worksheet, and I can see how my student do it correctly. But I don't care whether they can apply it in the real life, or in the classroom, or outside the classroom by using that 10. For example, if I think past simple, but I don't care whether my student can speak it out, practice with their friends, or explain about something that happened in the past to me or not. I mainly focus on writing and see how accuracy it is. I mainly don't care about fluency at all. So after that, after working for about a term, so I can see my students cannot communicate with their classmates, they cannot communicate with me, and I keep asking myself, questioning myself, why my student cannot communicate with me, why they cannot talk with their friends. So I feel like, why like that? But go back, because they only focus about the structure, they rarely practice in the classroom and stuff. So after having short time of teachings, so I gain experience and I know that this is not what I want from my student. So I start changing myself. So after my professional career, that I work with my teamwork, and I also join many workshop, conference, and also some activity at school like peer teaching, class observation, and stuff. So I can gain my knowledge about some uh, theory. So one thing that I know during that time is communicative language teachings. And also one more thing that I focus is about sociocultural theory. So this theory helped me to understand the language in social interactive process. So as the result, my teaching philosophy have changed when I apply those approach in theory. I can see that my students start changing by communicating with their friends, share their idea, discussion, and also they can communicate and also participate well in the classroom activity. So this is show me that okay, now it's time to change. Change from teacher center to student center by applying those theory. So now continue to question number 2. So I will put the question up there. I will not read it. So my view of language has evolved over time. So I view the language as a primary as a system of grammar rule, like I mentioned, the vocabulary that students need to learn and need to memorize. But however, through my study, my experience, so now I start changing myself. Now I view the language as the communication tool that students needed to communicate, interact with someone else. So language allow people to express their idea, right? To share their experience and also to build a relationship or participate in society. So I know now, and I start changing during that period of time, and I can see, yes, it is very important to use communicative language teachings in the classroom because students can apply it in real life. They can communicate well with someone else, but they also can express their own feeling, their own thought, their own understanding. So this is how I view my language, and I believe that language keep development through social interactions. So for example, like if you want to study one language and then you just learn about it, but you don't apply it, you don't use it outside the classroom, you don't have a communication with someone. So that language you learn and you keep only for yourself. So it's not improving at all. So this one show me that learning must be practicing communication is the key of it. So because I believe about that, so I prioritize communicative in my classroom. So for example, I normally ask them to work in pair, ask them to do the group discussion, role play, presentation. So students can share and use English very well, communication very well. So now I focus about fluency more than accuracy. While before, I focus about accuracy more than fluency. So rather than focusing on grammatical accuracy, I aim to create an opportunity for students to have a chance to communicate with their classmates to express their feelings. So yes, this is how I view the language. So now let's continue to question number 3, that talking about how I view myself as a teacher. So before, I view myself as someone who deliver the language to the student, the one who I keep explaining, and I ensure that my student will understand what I teach them. But today, I view myself as a facilitator, a mentor, a guide, who guides students, who helps students to learn more. So instead of being the center of the classroom, so I try to create the learning environment where students can actively do many activity in class, like student can understand, can share something about themselves. Student can have a chance to participate well with their classmates, and also student can build their own ability with communication and stuff. And I believe that the reflex principle of the constructivism, which emphasize that learning occurs when students actively engage with ideas and experience. Yes, whenever they have a chance to engage in classroom activity and they have a chance to share with their own understanding and also experience, so this is the stage where students can improve a lot. So it's, to me right now, I am the one who facilitate while I let students freely learn by themselves, work with partner and peer. I am the one who just help them to correct their mistake, help them to guide like the activity that they want to do, rather than keep explaining all the time. I am the one who just help them whenever they need, and give them more chance to practice in class and have a chance to do something that they can do in the classroom. So this is what I view myself now. I'm not the one who keep on telling them what to do anymore, but I am the one who help them whenever they face any challenging during their lesson. So now let's continue to question number 4, that talking about my plan. So moving forward, so I recognize that professional growth is very important, and I need to keep it like continue progress about it. So to me, I will keep continuing myself to participate in education field, do more research, and also try to enroll in any conferences, any workshop that can gain my ability to understand more about the language. And as I am a master student, and I am gaining a valuable theoretical knowledge that can help me better to understand how students learn language and how effective teaching practice can be implemented. So I also plan to continue to study more and researching more for myself and my study, and also I can learn more, can I apply it in back then in the real classroom. So I also plan to continue reflecting my own classroom practice, because when I learn from school and I apply it in classroom, I need to see the reflection of it and evaluation what I teach as well. So I can get the feedback from my peer, and I also can learn or share the experience with my colleagues, work collaboratively, and also can learn from other educators. So I keep my lifelong learning, and I will continue to participate in education field. So to sum up in this video, and I just want to clarify what I have discussed before. So to me, even though before I use teacher-centered approach, but now I can understand and I can change myself to use teacher-centered approach, and also some approach that we call like communicative language teaching approach that I can apply to my real class, and I can see how it changed for my student. My student can uh, participate well and communicate well with even with me or even with their classmates, and I even see they can use English outside the school as well. So theories such as communicative language teaching, socio-cultural theory, or constructivism have significant influence by my teaching practice and professional growth as well. So as I can see myself a facilitator who supports student learning and create the opportunity for students, and also create a safe environment for students to learn. So I will continue my educational journey, and I will remain committed to a lifelong learning, and I will do the reflect practice and also creating a positive learning experience for my student. So that's all for my video. Thank you so much, lecturers and everyone who are watching this video, and I hope you all have a great days, and I'm happy that you pay attention to my video. So I hope I have a chance to share you all about another video regarding to our subject. So thank you so much again. Goodbye.